first vlog. We had a problem with our very first vlog, but we'll just leave it at that. This is Swaggy Lee. He will join me for today's vlog, and we talk about all your sports questions, and we do the NBA, NFL, NHL sometimes, and soccer all the time. We bring it to you every week.
Walk Ons. And this is my co-host, the Sports Wizard.
That's right. Let's just dive right in. Who is going to play Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals in the NBA this year? Who's going to play the Cavs?
Who's playing the Cavs this year? So this one is a very hard pick for me. Earlier in the season, or in the preseason, I had nailed down the Boston Celtics. And as we know, Gordon Hayward has recently been injured. So that changes a bunch of stuff. But for now, I think I'm going to go with the Wizards to be the Eastern Conference, representing the Eastern Conference in the finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We have a baller like John Wall, Bradley Beal, Gortat, and likes of Oubre will be very tough for the Cavs.
I'm going to stick with Boston here. People underestimate the power of the rookies that they have. Jason Tatum, a Duke star. We have Jaylen Brown. We have Kyrie Irving, another Duke star. These guys are going to dominate. They just need to put it together. Even if they make the playoffs as a 4 seed, watch out Cleveland. They might not meet in the finals. They might knock them out before the finals. This is a good team. Give them time to develop. And this Gordon Hayward injury, people talk about it. Oh, he's going to come back in 5 months. Maybe he comes back in 5 months and comes off the bench. This guy is good. They have a chance. I think they got something there. All right, let's go to the next question. What about the West? Who's going to play the Warriors?
So this one is the real
it's a real question.
This is actually a real question. Because we know that nobody in the East Coast will win the championship this year. It's plain and simple. It's who is going to play Golden State Warriors on the West to have a chance to win the NBA Finals. And for me, with the crazy offseason we had, I think it's going to go to OKC. Because now we have a big three there too. We have Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and the crowd favorite, the main man, Carmelo Anthony, leading the team there. So I think OKC will have the punch that's needed to actually be a threat to Golden State this year.
See, I tend to disagree. I think that they won't be able to put it together. Carmelo Anthony, ball hog. Honestly, this guy, what does he do? All he can do is shoot. All he could do is shoot. How well did he do with the Knicks? How well did he do with Denver? When did he prove it? Last time he proved it was really with Syracuse, and that's just because they had a good system there. And
so I can't deal with this Carmelo slander. First and foremost, I'm going to cut that off. Carmelo Anthony will only be used to shoot.
That's
in
right.
this system with OKC. Russell Westbrook is the one holding point. Paul George is going to be playing defense on the best offensive players on the other team. All Carmelo is there to do is shoot. And Carmelo Anthony, by any regards, is more than a top 30 player in the NBA right now. He's better than Kevin Love. So he's a better matchup for the Golden State Warriors when they meet in the finals.
Let me just continue. So San Antonio Spurs will be the team that will play the Golden State Warriors. Now, I don't think they'll beat them. I don't think the Warriors will lose maybe in the next year or two. Maybe they'll even win next year. But the thing is that the San Antonio Spurs have one thing that the rest of the league do not. And they have Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich is the best coach in the league, no doubt about it. There's no questions there. Everyone will agree with me. I'm not opening the world here for anybody. But the other thing that they have is that they have an MVP candidate as Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is an amazing player. Back and forth, he can play both offense and defense, and the Thunder just don't have a player like that. So I think San Antonio poses the biggest threat, and I feel like they can beat everyone, including the Warriors, or at least take them to a 6-game series.
So the old man Spurs are going to be the New York Bucks.
Maybe. I hope so, man. I really do. I hope so. I hope that they can actually beat them. Let's just move on to the next thing, and this is just a quick question. Who do you think is going to be the most improved team in the whole NBA?
In the whole NBA, I think the most improved team will end up being either Minnesota or Milwaukee. I lean to Minnesota because of the new additions. We have Jeff Teague, Jimmy Butler there, with Towns and Wiggins signing his new big contract. And I think Milwaukee with Tom Thibodeau, they can make a huge run at the Western Conference Finals as well. Playing OKC or Houston Rockets.
Giannis being over there. Giannis developing, probably the second best player in the East we're talking about.
First, so that's my pick.
I think that the Suns have the best chance here because as being the most improved team, because they have players like Devin Booker, a kid that dropped 70 points last year. We didn't even know about this kid. I mean, I follow college basketball, so I know about Kentucky. But let me tell you, this guy can play, and so can the rest of the players there. They got Eric Bledsoe. They have
Chris.
Yeah, Marquise Chris. Right. These guys. These are young guys. They need years to develop. These are kids. They probably have the youngest team in the NBA if we were to average every player on the team. So you got to give them time, and when they develop, they're going to be great. Just next question. Most improved player.
So my most improved player is I guess I feel like a lot of people will be with me on this. Is going to be Jaylen Brown. We saw it the first game of the season, Jaylen Brown against the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's 19 years old. He plays aggressive. He's super athletic. Every time he's going to the rim, it's like he wants to tear that bitch down. I'm just telling you, he's a primetime player and he can only get better. And I think he'll be a huge part for huge reason that Boston is still successful this season.
I'm going to go with one of Coach K's best, Brandon Ingram. And I mean that seriously. And I know the great Duke players that we've had in the past, and this guy has been underperforming in his first year as a second overall pick. This guy is amazing. Brandon Ingram is going to dominate this league. You heard it from me first. This guy is a 2010 player. He's going to be the best Laker out there. Lonzo Ball is going to be just an addition to Brandon Ingram. He is a good player. You just haven't seen him dominate yet. The guy he needs to put on a little weight. He needs to figure out the NBA, and he's going to get there. He's going to make it, and you're going to see Brandon Ingram perform.
Yeah.
I think we're done with the NBA now, and we're going to move on to some soccer, some World Cup predictions. And I'll start with Lee, who he thinks will be the champion in this World Cup.
All right, so this is the big time. This is every 4 years. I'm sure if you're not living under the rock, you know that the World Cup is coming, right? So next year, 2018, am I right?
Yeah.
2018, Russia will be the World Cup, and then we have teams like France and Belgium. So France is my sleeper team to actually win the World Cup. We have the likes of Griezmann, Mbappe, just to name a few, with Pogba hopefully coming back from injury next year. And the star team is also Belgium. Belgium has a lot of young players. They also have the best player in the English Premier League now in Kevin De Bruyne. And I think they will actually make a huge run at the World Cup. So off to you.
See, I'm going to disagree with that right away because the best player in the English Premier League is Eden Hazard, which is actually playing for Belgium. True Chelsea fan speaking here. But I think that Brazil has the best chance of winning, and I know they're not the favorites going in. I think they have a 6-1 chance to win. But I think you should take them at 6-1. 6-1 seems like fair odds for a team that has won the most World Cups ever. They have a great coaching staff as well as amazing players. I mean, the amazing kids that are playing for that team that are going to dominate. I think reaching the Final Four is just guaranteed for them. Getting out of the group is definite. So, and my upset pick, if you guys want something like to kind of gamble on, is take England. England's 20 to 25 to 1, and you can find it anywhere online at possibly at 22 to 1. And that's not a bad bet because England.
It's a bad bet. I'm sorry.
England has a chance. England has won one World Cup, and it was with Bobby Charlton back in the 70s, I believe. And that isn't the last World Cup that they won. They have the best league, and hopefully that their players will be able to finally prove that their league is not different from their national team. That has been their problem throughout. So I'm hoping that England will change it up this year.
No, I totally agree with you. I'm still sticking to that England point. It's funny. The English tend to be the hardest fans. And the English Premier League, although it is the best league in Europe, it's not necessarily English players that are playing for these top teams.
It's the most competitive league, right?
Of course.
Right.
So
they might not even have the best clubs.
For me,
right.
Exactly.
They don't.
For me, England, it's a good pick. It can be there. It's a sneak pick, but I'm going with France and Belgium. But now to move on and to the last segment of our talk show, we're not boycotting. We're not taking a knee.
That's right.
We're going to be doing the top 5 picks for this NFL weekend.
So I'm going to go over to the board right here, and I'm going to pick the Miami Dolphins, right? I'm going to pick them over the Jets. -3. Take the Dolphins. You know why? Because the Jets suck. That's the reason why you should take the Dolphins. Because the Jets have nobody. Their quarterback is like ancient. I don't know. He started playing in like the 40s. Take the Dolphins. Take the -3. They could cover that. I think that they can win like 17-10. If the Jets could score, that's the question. Can the Jets score? I don't think they can score. Take the Dolphins and run with it. Carolina. Take Carolina also at -3 today. By the way, we're making these picks on Thursday, so this is a little bit harder than making these picks on Sunday. So take Carolina; they should do it. They'll win. Also, take New Orleans 4.5. Oh shit, sorry. To take New Orleans 4.5. The reason why is because they're playing the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers don't have a quarterback. Easy pick. Take them. This is my pick of the week. Take Arizona. Take Arizona to win. Take Arizona to win because they're going to beat the Rams, and they're 3.5-point underdogs. I'm telling you, that's the play of the week. They're going to win. AP's back. AP's back with a vengeance. AP is the old AP that we know and love, let me tell you. And now my last pick, and this is my money pick of the week. Take Jacksonville. Jacksonville -3 against the Colts. The Colts, I mean, come on, they don't have anybody. These guys have Jacoby Brissett, a third-string quarterback from New England starting. Take them, run with them. This is the picks of the week, upset pick of the week, and then pick of the week. I'm telling you, go with these picks, and to prove it that it's 10-19, we got the NBA action over here if you guys like our picks. And remember, if you like our vlog, click the thumbs up button and subscribe. This is Lee. I'm the Wizard of Sports. This is the Walk Ons.